All right, it's Russ again with HealthForward Online, and I'm back here at John Kohler's house. And today he's got a website called discountjuicers.com, which we'll talk about in a minute. But he's going to show us, because I get the question all the time, you know, Russ, what's a good juicer to buy? And I figure there's nobody better to talk to about that than John. He's what I consider an expert at this, so he's going to tell us a little bit more about what to look for in a juicer.
All right, so what is the best juicer to buy? You know, there's many different juicers on the market, ranging from, one seen on infomercials to $2,000 Norwalk pressed juicers that cost lots of money and that make a high quality juice, but, besides being a lot of money, they're maybe harder to use. They make definitely a high quality juice. But, so the question is, what should the average person buy as a juicer? Now, there's many different juicers. I sell and test many different juicers at discountjuicers.com. I have comparison charts and a lot of different videos, sharing the different juicers with you to show you how each one works. And so, the best juicer to buy is the best juicer that's going to meet your needs and your criteria that you have. So, for example, if you want to juice, strictly carrots and apples, and you want a wide feed chute, and it's going to juice relatively fast, that's where something like a centrifugal ejection style juicer with a 3-inch wide feed chute comes in. You literally don't have to cut any apples to put them in whole. You could stick 3 or 4 carrots in at once. It's going to juice really fast. Cleanup is relatively easy. But on the same token, so that's if you want to juice, carrots and apples and, most other fruits and vegetables, but with the focus on carrots and apples. The reason for that is this style juicer runs at a high RPM, and it's not very effective at juicing something like leafy green vegetables. It's really going to get very few drops and kick out, little, but like whole bits of pieces of the leaves. So it's not going to be very effective. So, and also the price point is very affordable to get you started. So that's why this is very similar to the Jack LaLanne juicer you may have saw on an infomercial. It's around, a little bit over $100. And this one has a 10-year warranty. So, some points to consider when buying a juicer is, how long is the warranty? Actually, this machine, actually all 3 of these machines on the table have a 10-year warranty. There's no need to buy an extended warranty. So one of the questions you should ask when buying a juicer is, how long is a warranty? Usually manufacturers are going to back up their machine with a long warranty if they have confidence in it. The other thing to make sure is that the manufacturer has been around for a while. There's new juicer companies popping up all the time, literally coming out of the holes in the wall, and they're trying to sell a juicer, but maybe they just started last year. Maybe they won't even be here next year, and what good is a 10-year warranty if the company's not here to support it? So all these companies here have been around in the juicing industry for at least 10 years. Another question is, or a criteria could be, how loud is the juicer? Well, I wake up early. I have family members that are still sleeping when I get up and get ready to go to work, and I want a juicer that's quiet. So here we could do a sound check. We'll turn this juicer on. You can kind of hear, I've raised my voice now. I'm kind of shouting here. It's fairly loud, and some people have said that a juicer sounds like an airplane in my kitchen taking off. So some juicers are more quiet. This generally the fact of the matter is the higher the RPM, the louder the juicer. So this juicer, for example, runs at about 80 RPMs, and it has a nice hum to it. You can kind of hear it whirling, and if we put some stuff in there, to actually get more quiet. And so, this juicer is a lot less loud. Go to this last juicer here. This also runs at about 80 RPMs, and that's also fairly quiet as well. So, the sound and how loud it is could be another criteria. Another criteria is, we want to match the juicer style with the produce you want to juice. So, like I said, this juicer is really good for whole apples and cucumbers and carrots, and it's not too good at leafy greens. Now if you want to juice like mostly leafy greens, so I'm saying like kale, collards, chard, bok choy, and other leaves, that's where this juicer really shines actually. And this juicer is going to get a really high yield on those leafy greens, as well as be able to juice wheatgrass. So this style, centrifugal ejection style, cannot juice wheatgrass. This is actually called the single auger style juicer, and this juicer is really good at juicing wheatgrass. Actually, the single auger style juicer was the original wheatgrass juicer. Then they basically improved it, the design, and now they came up with this model that could juice wheatgrass as well as other greens and carrots and even apples. And then the last design here is also a single auger style, but this is a horizontal single auger, and this is a vertical single auger style juicer. So now the auger's facing up and down instead of, sideways. And this style is actually a little bit more efficient at juicing carrots than this style here. The other benefits is that it's a little bit more efficient overall at juicing leafy greens. So, and it's also faster to juice. So that's the other criteria is, am I going to be in the kitchen all day making my juice? Will it take, half an hour or 10 minutes to make, a quart of juice? Well, this juicer is also one of the slowest juicers. It's going to, has a smaller feed chute, and that could be another criteria. How big is the feed chute? The feed chute's about 1.5 inches diameter on that one, and as I mentioned, it's 3 inches on this one, and this one has a crescent shape. It's 2.25 inches by 1.25 inches, so it's kind of like an intermediary in between. So how big is the feed chute? Because the smaller the feed chute, the more cutting you're going to have to do to make the produce fit inside the machine. Oh, and let me go ahead and give the names. This is actually the L'Equip 215 XL model juicer. In the middle here we have the Omega 8005 juicer. The Omega 8005 is identical to the Omega 8003 juicer, only the color is different. And now Omega's come out with the improved versions of this juicer, the Omega 8004 and 8006, which have an even 5-year longer warranty and has been improved basically with the harder auger and larger collection cups. And a nice built-in handle. This has a nice flip-up handle. Then we have the Omega Vert juicer, or VRT 330, and this is the newest style juicer on the market. This tends to be one of my favorite juicers now because it's just pretty forgiving. It actually juices fruits fairly well. Fruits are generally very hard to juice because of the soft cell walls, usually like a carrot. I could take a carrot in here. If I squeeze a carrot in my hand, it's going to be, no juice is going to come out. But if I have an apple and squeeze the apple, I can literally squeeze the apple juice out of my hand. So juicers have a hard time juicing softer fruits. So in most cases, I recommend that we eat our fruits whole or blend them up into a smoothie. In the case that you do want to juice fruits, I did do a video on YouTube showing, the best fruits to juice, and I juiced over a dozen fruits in this juicer, and you see how it works. So, those are some of the criterias on, what you want to juice. Another criteria could be, does the juicer do anything else besides just juice? This juicer here is only designed as a juicer. This juicer here is only designed as a juicer. But with this juicer, this is literally a nutrition center or kitchen appliance. So besides just juicing, all we need to do is unscrew the housing there and take out, and this is the juicing screen. Now, also included with this machine is a blank plate. So instead of having a screen material here, it's solid. And instead of having screen material here, it's solid. And what that allows you to do is to basically mill up foods. So you could crush garlic and make your own, coffee, grind your own coffee, fresh ground coffee. You could make nut butters, put whole nuts in and it'll grind up those nuts together. You could take the most popular thing to do with the homogenizing or the blank plate is to make frozen sorbet, or what raw food people would call banana ice cream. You would just take frozen ripe bananas that have been peeled, put them through the machine, and out would come a frozen yogurt type consistency of just 100% pure banana. So that's an excellent way to, maybe get some of that ice cream out of your diet to eat more basically fresh fruit. So these are all some of the criteria. Of course, the price could also be a criteria too. And you need to just basically pick and figure out, and learn more about the juicers and find out and, define your needs and define what you want to juice. If you want to do the multifunctions, if you're going to juice more leaves than, carrots and apples. If you want that large feed chute so you could shove things in there really fast. The other thing that I didn't mention is, how high quality is the juice? Is the juice, the higher the speed generally, the lower the quality of the juice. What happens with this is it spins, 10,000 RPMs, and as it's spinning, more air is being introduced into that juice, which causes oxidation. That's like when you cut open an apple, it starts to turn brown on the inside. And so we don't want our juice oxidized. And the other thing I'd like to say is that we want to drink our juice as soon as we make it. We don't want it just to hang out and make it and then put it in the fridge and then drink it later. We want to make it and drink it as soon as possible, or as soon as possibly possible. Is that to say that, juice you stored for 8 hours is no good? Well, no, that juice is still fine to drink and definitely better than a soda or tea or a coffee. But it's always good, better, best, and we always want to be trying to do the best we possibly can. So the lower the RPM, the higher the nutrient quality. So that's another criteria. So hopefully I've answered some of the different, criterias and explained some of the different criterias and what to look for in a juicer. And I would definitely say visit my website, discountjuicers.com, and check out the video links. I have, over 100 videos showing you each of the different kinds of juicers. And as you watch the videos, I'll talk about the specific features of the juicers. One other feature that I just thought about is how easy is it to clean. So these are some of the easiest juicers to clean on the market. This one takes me under 4 minutes. This one actually takes me under 2 minutes to clean. And this one probably is about in the middle. Maybe it's about 3 minutes.